Hi there, so I'm Linda Fox, I'm Senior Reporter PhocusWire. Just want to say thanks to Mark for that great research presentation, very insightful. Now I'm with Bryan Rand, he's President Vacation Innovations. Welcome, Bryan.
Hey, good morning.
Now you bill yourself as a membership OTA, and what does that actually mean for members?
So for our members, we're getting them greater discounts than they can get anywhere else due to their membership, due to the investment that they've made in the product. They're accessing travel at both greater discounts, and types of products that they just wouldn't find anywhere else.
So if we think of, vacation rental is a really hot sector right now, and OTAs have been growing for the past few years. Where does a membership OTA sit in terms of how big it might grow, and what are the barriers and challenges it might face?
Sure. Well, I think we see a very large opportunity for growth in the fact that we know that consumers have been trained on OTA style travel for many years now, and we think that there's an opportunity for us to build and further grow a market leader where after making that initial investment, when they know that the travel is a consistent purchase that they make over years, that they'll be able to use OTA style technology to access deeper discounts than they can find for publicly available travel and get access to products and types of travel and benefits that they couldn't find anywhere else. And so, from our perspective, we see significant greenfield ahead for that.
And when you say OTA style tech, what are you talking about there? What does that enable them to do?
So I think that consumers have been trained to really desire point and click travel, right? That they want to desire where they want to go. They want to be able to think of any location on the map, think of any window of time frame, and be able to go online and see what their options are. And the OTAs offer that. When you think about some of the other travel options out there, whether it's timeshare, vacation rental, it could be much more difficult, right? You're dealing with a person one-on-one to try and secure a vacation rental. Sometimes through some of the developers, there'd be issues with points and the like. What we've tried to do is combine the best of both worlds, where you have that experience of point and click, go to wherever you want in the world, whatever days and times you want to go, but combining that with the types of products and discounts that you can only find outside of an OTA.
By being a member.
Yes, exactly.
So now you guys Vacation Innovations bought HSI back in October. I just wanted to know kind of what developments have you seen since then, maybe as a result of that acquisition?
So we're thrilled with the acquisition. HSI was founded by just a dynamite technologist and entrepreneur, Craig Morganson. And what we've really done is taken a great platform and focused on how we could bring it into the Vacation Innovations family of brands and take it to the next level. And so, from our perspective, we really thought, hey, this is going to allow us to deliver more to our developer partners and really, something that's in the market that we haven't seen as much with consumers. As far as what we've done since we've closed the acquisition, the main loyalty program through HSI was called the Advantage program. So we've rebranded and refreshed that brand to just deliver kind of a more modern and seamless experience. And then we've also launched a product called My Travel Rewards, which we're really excited about as a luxury travel membership that we think is truly best in class.
So would you say there are things that HSI has kind of given you, gaps that it's filled that you perhaps didn't have before?
Absolutely. I was speaking with our executive leadership team, and we just said, having this piece of the pie as we think about what the world's going to look like, accelerating on the back end of what's happened with COVID-19, we view this as a true game changer. From our perspective, the way we interact with the developers, what we have to offer consumers, HSI has really changed that through the technology, systems, platform, and people that we brought on.
So, people have a lot of preconceptions about kind of the timeshare industry. So are you now trying to kind of address those and attract consumers and travelers that might not traditionally have been within that kind of timeshare market?
Linda, that's exactly how we would put it. So we are We are fans of timeshare. We work directly with a number of the leading developers. And what we're doing with HSI and some of the products we're developing is we're exposing a new generation of consumers that may not have had access or even understood what the timeshare product was through some of the traditional marketing channels. And so through our products, we're offering access both to traditional hotels, but also some of these larger, higher end resorts that have traditionally only been available to people who'd had a specific timeshare membership. And we're giving them exposure to that product. And we think it's a win-win for the consumers when they see that, you don't need to just have that kind of two bedroom at the Holiday Inn, that there's, 3-4 bedroom beachside locations that are only available to members that they can get for similar pricing. And then also giving those developers a chance for people to see those in a way that they just may not have through the traditional channels.
Is it kind of a challenge that you might be dealing with, traditional kind of timeshare audience plus this, consumer that has perhaps been exposed to the sort of vacation rental product already?
Yeah, I think for us, we don't view that as much of as a challenge. I think from our perspective, we're partnering with really high quality resorts in high quality locations, and doing it in a way where our members are really viewing this as it's upside opportunity. I mean, one of the exciting things about our programs, we've got access to hotels at a rate where we are matching or beating every OTA. And so this added inventory, it's really a cherry on top, if you could put it that way. And so that's the kind of perspective that we're positioning it with our members.
And are your discounts, is that purely based on the fact that you're a membership organization, or is it because you promise volume? Or I just wondered about the kind of setup there.
Yes and yes. So because we're a closed-in user group, we can offer pricing that's not publicly available. And then we also have direct resort relationships where through our commitment to volume, because of the size of our membership base, we can access lower pricing as well.
And would you say that the alternative accommodation market, the kind of Airbnb market, has kind of helped or hindered you?
I think we use a phrase. It's a quote. My team will laugh when I say it. We always look at it. Hey, if you grow the pie, you don't need to worry about the size of the slices, right? And so when we think about the Airbnbs and alternative market, it's really about growing the pies. When you think about hotel, timeshare, and some of the institutional market, they're often in the finest resort locations around the world with established high-end services, back end, and experience, right? And there's just always going to be a place for that. I think the Airbnbs have added another option for travelers, but we don't view them as purely exchangeable products. It's not apples to apples. We really see it as we're growing the pie, and there's certain travelers who want the experience, and they're fully just focused on price and not as focused on experience. And there's other folks who are focused on experience, and I think it's allowing the market to segment itself more thoughtfully.
So, just because the theme of today is loyalty and loyalty for the long haul, what would a loyalty program in vacation rental, as pertains your end of the market, look like?
So, from our perspective, we look at it. Membership, in our view, is the highest form of loyalty, right? It's true buy-in. And so, from our perspective, when we think about vacation rental and what it is, making that initial investment, saying, hey, that we know we're going to travel, and then thinking through how it's going to flow through and what the benefits will be like. From our perspective, that's access to discounts, as we discussed. It's access to unique types of travel. But then we also know that there's a group dynamic in travel. And so we've also built in factors where people can share their discounts with those who they travel with, and really have unique experiences that are truly only available to the people who've made those investments, rather than simply having a purely retail experience, allowing that membership investment to result in a bespoke experience for our members.
And I don't know if you saw the presentation from excuse me, AirAsia earlier on, but that kind of idea of a whole sort of loyalty platform, a whole loyalty ecosystem, could you take something like that and do sort of product extension in a similar way? Now, I don't mean, obviously airline, but I mean looking at, your own backyard in terms of perhaps ancillary services that would be relevant to your customers.
So absolutely, we think about it all the time, right? So one of the things that we're excited to we'll be announcing soon is really thinking about, hey, in addition to travel, what do our members often do? What would they appreciate? And so you could think about, there are certain products and services that we know that our group would be interested in, and so we're actively exploring partnerships that will allow them to do the same thing, get access to either discounts or unique inventory, for us to be able to say, this membership isn't just about travel, it's really about your leisure and your leisure lifestyle, and be a true partner there. And that's something we're very focused on.
So tell me, is brand an important part of what you do? Because, it doesn't seem like it would be in the same way as perhaps Airbnb would be, or is it an important part for you?
I think brand's just important across the board. I think here what we're doing is we're really very, very focused on building our brand through delivering an excellent experience for our members. And so we're very focused on our product. That's our laser focus as a company. And then through that, I think we're going to be developing some of the consumer awareness, but we've really focused on delivering for the consumer, focused on, hey, the first thing we did was take the already great technology platform and wrap it in a wrapper that was a little bit more updated and that leveraged some of the rest of the strengths that we had as a company. And so we've been focused on the technology, we've been focused on the experience, we've been focused on our developer relationships, so that we can now really lean into public awareness and let it build rather than doing it the other way around.
And would you say that sort of kind of refresh and the technology that HSI bought you, is that kind of in line with, consumer expectations these days and what they see in, other online travel brands, perhaps?
No, that's exactly what it was, right? Well, we saw that Craig and his team, the prior owner, had really built some truly amazing functionality that would be very difficult to build from scratch. What we did was said, hey, just looking at it with a fresh set of eyes, we want to take that back end and that capability and those relationships that were built over decades and put a cover on it that we thought both existing and new members would be excited to see, right? That, we want folks booking online, not just calling in, even though we offer that functionality, and really kind of tweaking it for, we want to be best in class, not just today, but going forward.
And given that you've got these members and kind of pretty much what their preferences are and what they're buying, kind of how big a piece will personalization be for you?
So personalization, it actually it starts from the beginning. So we, in addition to sort of what the standard membership is, we have a true concierge program where we have a staff of dozens of people in Las Vegas there to support the individual travel needs of any of our consumers. So, when you think about this type of membership and the investment that people have made, we want to make sure that their travel is a seamless experience going forward. So in addition to the, point and click online experience and the like, when there are questions, if there are issues, we have a full staff there to provide that concierge level experience to truly differentiate us from some of the purely online transactional platforms.
So how do you measure kind of loyalty success with a membership program? Is it, you retain them year after year? Is it you manage to sell them more? How do you measure it?
I mean, our view is honestly usage levels, and especially repeat usage. That will drive retention. That will drive, what products we're able to offer them going forward and what they accept. And so we're really trying to drive a high usage among all of our members. The last thing we want is for someone to sign up and then not truly experience the platform. So we're investing significant resources in member engagement, making sure that folks know what they have and what they have access to. We don't want this just to be an add-on. We want this to be something that consumers are excited about.
And do you feel that kind of continuous pressure from, outside influence, new entrants in travel, kind of trying to get, what you already have?
I mean, sure, but I think we know that travel is a massive market, right? I mean, this is a sixth, a seventh of the world economy related to travel in some form or another. And we feel confident if we deliver an excellent experience for our consumers, that's going to be a great thing for our members. That's going to be a great thing for our staff, and then ultimately do well for the company and the industry. And so we feel like if we just keep delivering an experience that we're proud of, that we're going to do really well.
So just kind of to round up here, I noticed that your website strapline is driven by disruption. Can you actually give us some examples of that?
Sure. So our systems, right, that driven by disruption, doing point and click availability with non-hotel products is extremely difficult, right? And that's one of the reasons we bought HSI, and one of the reasons that it's unique. So we have kind of started the company with the fundamental ability to do something that no one else has been able to do. And then as we move forward, what we're offering, the types of inventory that we're offering, the way we're offering it, the experience we're offering, it's just not something that consumers or our developer partners can find anywhere else. And so it's what we're proud of, and why we view ourselves as disruptive.
Bryan Rand from Vacation Innovations, thank you for joining us. Great discussion. So next up, we have my colleague Jill Menz, and she's talking to AirDNA and Rentals United on loyalty in vacation rental. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Linda.